Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Phonics Time with Mrs. Anaya. Repeat after me. Say, I can segment, blend, and read words with IGH, Y, and IE. So a couple of them today, boys and girls. Now, all of these, the IGH, the IE, and the Y, they're all going to make the same sound. And that sound is I. It is going to be the long I sound, I. Okay, now remember when we code IGH, we will put a macron above the I and a slash through the G and the H. When we code the IE, the first one does the talking, macron on top, and the second does the walking, slash the E because it is silent. And when we have a I at the end of a word, when we hear I at the end, we will put a Y just like we have over there, okay? So let's get started. Oh, another thing to keep in mind is when we hear when we hear I in the middle, it's most likely going to be IGH. If it's in the end, it will most likely be IE or Y. So that's going to be the tricky part today, okay? Let's get started. Our first word is right. Like I got the right answer. Yes. Catch the word right with me. Right. I. Three sounds. Where do you hear the I? In the middle. Who makes the I sound in the middle? IGH. What does the I get on top? A macron. And the G and H get slashes because they're silent. Now, who makes the sound? R. And who makes the letter T? Now we break it into its component parts. I, right. Good job. Now, I want you to go get your whiteboard and marker and join me doing these next words. Ooh, this is delicious. What? Pie. Yummers. Let's catch the word pie. Pie. I. Where do you hear the I? At the end. Now, boys and girls, here's the tricky part. Is it IE or is it Y? In this case, it's IE that makes the I sound. The first one does the talking, so it gets the macron. The second does the walking, and it's silent. And who makes the first sound, the beginning sound? P. Write that down. Now let's break it into its component parts. I. Pie. Good job. Now, if you need to pause this video at any point to write this down, please do so. Or if you need time to erase, pause it and then hit play once you're ready. Let's go on to the next word. Oh, Mrs. Anaya is wearing a tie. Tie. Let's catch the word tie. Tie. I. Where do you hear the I sound? At the end of the word. Now think back to pie. Who made that I sound? Write it down. Did you write down IE? If you didn't, write it down now. And I would like you to code it. Who does the talking? Who does the walking? Code it. Did you put a macron on top of the I and a slash through the E? Because it's silent. I hope you did. Now, t, t, t is our beginning sound. What letter makes the t sound? T. Very good. Now let's break it into its component parts. T, I. Very good. Tie. Let's go on to our next word. Sky. The sky is beautiful. Let's catch the word sky. Sky. I. Ooh, this is tricky. Think back. Who makes the I sound at the end of a word? I. Who makes that I sound? Write it down. Okay, in this case, it was the Y that made the I sound. Put a Y, and if you need to erase it, go right ahead. Now let's think back to that beginning sound. Who makes the sound? S. Very good. And who makes the sound? Did you write down a K? Good job. Now let's break it into its component parts. I. Sky. Good job. All right, boys and girls, here's what I need you to do. This first time, I just want you to watch me do my fluency practice, okay, boys and girls? So I will be doing this fluency practice by myself, okay? You don't need to grab anything yet. Watch me practice reading this without a timer on. A walk with Max. Let me move myself over there. Max is Beth's dog. He is Beth's best pal, too. Max is a very big dog. How big? Some people think Max is huge, but Beth thinks he is cute. One day, Beth and Max went for a walk. Max stopped by a fence. There was a little dog. It was cute too. The little dog wagged his tail. Woof, woof. It ran to catch a stick. Max jumped over the fence. Max and the little dog played. They had a good time. Beth, let me see if I could get to the end of the word right there. Oop, let me go back here. Beth had to drag Max home. Man, Max was a lot of trouble there. All right, boys and girls. Now that was my first practice, and that was without being timed. Now for my second practice, I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute. Okay, so I'm going to set my timer, and my timer looks like this, and it has an on switch. You just switch it on, and if yours doesn't turn on, chances are it doesn't have batteries, but once it turns on, it'll look like that. And then what you have to do is you have to go to where it has an M, click M, and it'll take you to 100. That's 1 minute. Then what I would have to do is to hit start. I hit the biggest button, and it'll start counting down my minutes, my seconds left. Okay. And when it's down to 0, it's going to beep, 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 like that. And then that tells me it's time to stop reading. Okay. So I am going to set my timer right now. Let me set it. Okay. And wherever I stop, I will put a red slash with my crayon, okay? So if I do stumble and I have to sound out a word, or if let's just say I don't know the word, what I would do is I would circle that word with my pencil and then continue reading, okay? So watch me. I'm going to set my timer starting now. Max is Beth's dog. He is Beth's best pal too. Max is a very big, okay, I'm going to stop there. My timer went off, so I got up to big. Now, I didn't set mine for a full minute. I just did it for a couple of seconds, but I just wanted you to see how I had to stop. So I stopped reading after the word big. Okay, so now I am going to get my little red slash. Now, in this case, I'm going to grab it right here. I'm going to put a slash right after the word big. And you would mark it with your crayon, depending on where you stopped, okay? So now, boys and girls, it is your time to practice, okay? So here's what you have to do. You need to go and get your fluency packet. And your fluency packet looks like this, and it is inside of your folder, okay? And open up to a walk with Max. I need you to go get your timer and make sure that it has batteries. Now, if you have never put batteries in it, ask your mom and dad for batteries and have them put it in it for you. If you don't have batteries, maybe mom or dad can time you with their phone, okay? Now, you will need a red crayon as well. Now, you will set your timer, okay? So here's how we set it again. Now turn on the on switch and see how it turns on. Now find the one that has an M on it, click it once so you can see 100, that's 1 minute. And now get yourself ready, okay? So get your packet ready to the fluency passage that we're reading, which is A Walk with Max. Put that down, get your red crayon ready, and once you're ready, you are going to hit start, okay? And then start reading, and then once it goes beep, 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 you're going to put a red slash on the last word you read, okay? So on your slide deck, over here from 10:55 to 11:30, both groups, group A and B, you have to do this fluency passage and time yourself for 1 minute. After that 1 minute's over, you need to mark it with a red crayon, okay? So again, you are going to set your timer for 1 minute, practice reading it, and hit start. Start your timer, read all the way as far as you can get, put a slash once it beeps by that last word you read. So this is what you have to do during the 10:55 to 11:30. So maybe do a practice round with no timer reading and then time yourself, okay? Now, if you need help with your timer, ask your mom and dad to set the 1 minute timer for you. If you forgot the directions, rewind this video and listen to the fluency directions again. All right, boys and girls, go get that fluency. Get it done. See you later. Bye.